Hi everyone, and welcome to Managing My Money with Rosa. Today we are moving into March really fast, so I need to set up my general what bills are due and when budget. So I have a composition book that I've used a composition book for decades, almost my entire life, to track what bills were due. The month of January this year, I started something different where it's more than just the bills now. Now I also am looking at weekly budgets and going through and seeing where that's disappearing to. But I still need to set up my monthly budget for the month of March. So, first thing I like to do, one of the great things about this particular journal is it's got the months at the top. So I will come in and put in a sticker that tells me that it's March as well, but I also like to just go ahead and put that in. So I like to look at a quick glance of what bills are due, when are they due, to get an idea of where exactly my money's going to need to go for the month. I know some people use an actual calendar and they mark it all out based off of the week. I've never done that, so because of that, I'm just going to continue on what works for me. So I like to take this page and I break it up actually into 3 sections on this page. Section 1 is representative of what bill is due. The second section, the middle, is going to be how much I have budgeted for it. And then the last section over here won't get filled in now, but that's going to be actually what I paid for each of those bills. So let's fill this in. I like to identify the date it is due, the name of the bill, the date I pay it, and how much I actually paid. And then in the middle column, I don't put a sticker, mostly because I don't have enough, but it is my budgeted section. So that I have an idea of exactly what I think I'm going to be getting, or what exactly I think I need to have set ready to go. So I used to do this based off of the date. Now I do it based off of how I end up paying it. So about the first of the month, I do make the mortgage payment, and it is approximately $1,150. It's a little less than that, but I do go ahead and pay the $1,150. The 14th is when the RV is officially due. However, it comes out of my husband's check. So basically every 2 weeks I go make this payment. So it doesn't need to be numerically in order just because that's not when it gets paid. It really gets paid every 4 weeks. So that's here, not 4 weeks. Yeah, every 4 weeks, every 2 paychecks, and he gets paid twice a month. So every 4 weeks it gets paid. And then I break this next section down into how something gets paid. So on the 22nd, my husband's truck is due, and we currently are making a $330 payment. Now this, I actually have to go to the loan website and I make that payment through the loan website. I currently have a student loan. It is deferred. Hope I spelled that wrong. Deferred and me, just that word. There should be 2 F's in it. And if there are 2 F's in it and I'm spelling it wrong, well, somebody make sure you tell me, okay? I thought it was 1 F and 2 R's. D-E-F-E-R-R-E-D. And if I've spelled it wrong, please. I am not a speller by any means. But I currently am taking that $210 payment and I am putting it into a high interest savings account to work for me until April, when I find out is the student loan moratorium going to be lifted or is it going to be extended again. If it is lifted, I will quickly make a payment off of everything that I have set to the side. If it's extended, I'm not certain exactly what I'm going to do, if I'm going to keep stashing it, if I'm going to pay off the RV. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, so that's going to be interesting. But I am putting that to the side right now. And then the 12th of every month, we have the credit card payment, which is due. It currently is 0. I do everything I can to make my credit card work for me. I earn cash back, so as I make purchases, I set that money aside, then make payments on it, and earn cash back. So the next couple of things, actually, they get paid on the credit card. So the 17th, car insurance is due. And it currently is $376. On the 29th, we pay the electric, and I allot $250. It only hits that in extreme colds and in the highest of high winters. Otherwise, it ranges around 170, 180, 190, somewhere in there. Last month was a pretty high month for us, but hoping that it will go back down. So there's the electric. The 30th, I pay this, the cell phones are due, and they are $140. The 25th, our youngest is on a different cell plan than everybody else in the house, and it is $30. Wi-Fi is due the 15th, and it is $90. And then the 17th, I have a Juice Plus subscription, which costs me $51. Now, all of these things down here get paid on the credit card, and I don't wait until their due date. Basically, when I get paid on the 15th, I pay all of this stuff, and then I wait for it to clear so that I can turn around and make a payment to it. So again, making my money work for me, not against me, making that credit card pay me to pay my bills. So I make sure I have the money before I make everything, and then I just go and I hit all of them. The car insurance gets paid, the electric gets paid, the cell phone gets paid, our child's cell phone gets paid, the Wi-Fi gets paid, and Juice Plus gets paid, and then it takes about 4 days for everything to clear through my credit card, and then I make one large payment to it. So it works beautifully. And all of our bills together come to $2,827. We do not have any real consumer debt. Most of this is consistent, some of it's variable, but these are really the only bills we have. I also like to track two more things. I like to track goals that I have set for our money for the month. And then I also like to track when paydays are. So let me grab a different sticker for that. And that just lets me know how we're doing for the month. So paydays, I get paid twice a month. I get paid the 1st and the 15th. And then my husband, we're only going to get 2 checks this month. They're identical to February. He's going to get paid the 4th and the 18th. So we'll get all of those. My goals, my husband says if you don't speak it, it's really hard for it to come true. So if you want it to come true, then you need to speak it out. So that's my goals section. So I like to put, this is what my husband considers spendable savings money that can really be used for anything that we need. So I take $20 from each of my checks. I take $10 from each of his checks. And basically we put $60 to the side every month for what we call a savings. Retirement is basically a high interest savings account. Really isn't a retirement account of any kind, and we really don't put a whole lot in here. So I put in $20 times 2, and then each of his checks I only put in $5 times 2. So really it's only $50 going in there, but hey, it's more than nothing. And then we do invest in the stock market, both in dividend stocks, growth stocks, and we play bounces sometimes. So I put money over and I allot $25 every check to go into investing. And then I like to at least speak out how much I would like my debt to go down. So it was, before the new year, we were coming down roughly $1,300 a month, but that's because I was making payments on my student loan, and now I'm having it grow instead because it's 0% interest. So I needed to change up how much I was thinking about my debt coming down, and I want it to at least come down by $1,000 or $1,100. So January and February I was a little conservative because I wasn't certain where it was going to go, and came to realize that it was just over $1,100. So we're just going to go ahead and speak. We're going to come down $1,100, and then I need to also jot myself a note. Get from E. So our daughter, I pay a couple of bills for her, and then she gives me the money back. So on the 1st, I make her car payment, so I need to get $300 for her car, and then on the 15th, I get $160 from her, and that is for her insurance. She is grown and out of the house. I co-signed on the loan for her car, so I feel responsible to make sure it's paid. It's also connected to the same account as the truck, just so happens they're both through the same lender. So it's really convenient for me. I sign in and I can make either of those payments. And then her insurance, when insurance went up, it was like, baby girl, you gotta help some. So she said, okay, she's working full time. So she went ahead and she gives us that money for her car insurance. And then the last thing that I'm going to set up before I'm done is come over here, and I like to at least go ahead and E160. I know I'm going to get money from her. I don't know how I'm going to break it down just yet. It depends on when I get to that part of the month. And I also get a mileage check. Sorry, I couldn't spell that word and talk at the same time. So this is just space already set up for when I do get both of those. I can work out exactly what I'm thinking I'm going to do with all of that money. So that is setting up my March monthly budget, just looking at how much I'm managing and how much I'm setting aside for my bills, not anything else, not any of those variable expenses. So thank you for hanging out with me for a little while. I appreciate it. If you haven't already, I'd really appreciate if you'd hit subscribe down below. Thumbs up lets me know you're liking my videos, and I would love to hear your thoughts on anything on my budget. I hope you have a great day. Bye, guys.